Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Run it. Mark 57. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. A good pickup there, a 22. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Run for it, and he will. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
And a Raven first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This time, Jackson will throw it. And incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Now Jackson. Throwing again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Kill. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Check 31, check 31. 80 weapons.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing. But as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. On second down now, it's Carson. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
14, fight it.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gibson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into third and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. This is Carson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Switch. Good guys, 4 down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Hop up. Blue Dan.
Shoot. Good.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Run left. Block that.
To throw is Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the shoot. Block that.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch out.
Hold up.
Shit. Get him roll. West.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
We want it. Come to my world.
Throwing is Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Back. 12.
They run it with Carson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Check 3. Run up. Hey, Mike 20. Hustle.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
380. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the buses. Go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Jim.
Check.
They'll run on first down. Carson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 50. You can't block me.
Hey, check Mike 50.
Front left. 380.
On 2nd and 9. Wilson over the middle, complete. That's Gibson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike 50,
huh? I'm coming for you. Mom! He's coming. We got
Zebra. Good shot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. And this is caught. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
They'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a give right side. It's Carson, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alert.
Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
You better be afraid of me.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
What? 315! 65! 65! 65! Out!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Who that? Check it backer, check it backer. 12.
Now it's Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've been proving
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Watch the run. Watch the run. 57.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Come on. You better break it. Wall. Hatch it.
There's Jackson on third and long. Flushed out right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And take it right on the 30.
Alert.
Slam.
On first down, Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
He's scared. Hey, got tight left. 3 down.
4 down. Good job right there.
Oh, try.
Mike 50.
Watch the curl. Hey, Mike.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Gun. Alert. 50. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Now Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Incomplete. Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and a mile. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. He's going to fire one deep up into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the slant. Check 24. Check 24.
You guys, listen.
Check 49.
22, jet, cover.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. It was Anthony Averett who got him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mike,
280.
50.
Watch the slant.
Switch. Mike 50.
So don't say nothing.
Watch it.
All goes special. Alert.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, it's Carson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Jackson options out left. And some room to work. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 30. And this defense, Charles, bottom half of the league against the run. That's not going to help their average.
Not at all. And when you're getting ready to play against them, in your scouting report, you're actually counting on a certain number of big-time runs against them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that come.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of it? Being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
What? 280.
Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
36 power.
Switch.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Good job right there. Hey, Mike 50. Mike plus ball. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Green 80.
Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
On third down, it's Carson, and he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon, on presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They go play action here on first down. Going up top. This is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Friday.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey, 0.
They go play action now. Wilson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Bang out. Fan.
Mike 20.
Hey, we have you on the edge.
Operating from the gun. Wilson, he lets it fly from Lockett. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
First and 10, it's Jackson. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Hall. 20. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 40 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They come out here in the eye. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
I got you, boy.
One fluff.
Is that yours? Who's that?
26, 12.
Bandit.
26.
Now Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tim Williams. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Hey, let's get there. 25.
Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. It's free. Let's get off the field, D.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Trying the jet sweep here. It's Boykin, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And it's defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jackson, option right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Tucker's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Matt Judon in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now a man open down the middle of the field. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Gibson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I hope you brought your rest because I'm about to take you to school. Check. 26, come on. 6 right. Watch the run, watch the run. Run left.
Back to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Mark 20, Mark
Now Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Ready. They can't hang with us.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a